Welcome to the On Deck podcast presented by LineStar. I'm Shannon Sommerville here with Tyler Wiemann on August 12th. It is National Relaxation Day, but I'll tell you what, we are not relaxing today because we've got some storylines to get to in Major League Baseball, specifically Fernando Tatis suspension. And I've been waiting all weekend to get Tyler's hot take. Being the diehard Padres fan that he is, let's get your take, Tyler, on the Tatis situation.
I am pissed off. Fernando blew it. We know he is young, he is childish, and he continues to make mistakes. I think that he was tilting after his off-season motorcycle accident, which then turned into the broken wrist. And because that missed most of the season. And then I think that he was tilting a little bit, to use a gambling term, and decided to go to roids because he wanted to come back being the best possible Fernando Tatis he can. And instead, we're going to miss him for the rest of this year, 32 games into next year. And he has disappointed the entire city of San Diego and pretty much all of the Major League Baseball.
Yeah, exactly. And for a guy being paid as much as he is, to just, get better,
so
get back
terrible
on the team.
And so selfish of him. We've known he is a selfish player. He has refused to move into the outfield. Even in his minor league starts, pretty much most days, the minor league team was trying to put him in center field, and then something happened where all of a sudden there was a new updated lineup and he was at shortstop. So I kind of saw that going, all right, I think he's making a fit about going to the outfield. And, I mean, he probably needs to be there, but he's selfish and he wants to play shortstop, and now he's also selfish and wants to do roids.
And that now will tarnish his career forever. I mean, not just with the Padres, but in baseball in general. And that was something that Alex Rodriguez talked about on if you guys watched the K-Rodcast for Yankees fans, basically on the ESPN Baseball's Sunday Night Baseball, but basically saying, learn from my mistakes and don't go out and do this, because you're not only are you short term, he's out for this season, but long term it could derail any chances of getting into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he totally blew it. It is upsetting. Yeah. But you know what? Screw him.
Yeah.
LFG San Diego. We're going to do it without him.
We
don't need him.
All right.
There
you go.
Let's go.
That positive attitude. Well, before we get there, though, you've heard of the Madden curse, maybe the Sports Illustrated cover curse, but now there's a new curse, and that is the Dairy Queen curse. That's right. Major League Baseball had 4 players selected in a brand deal with Dairy Queen, where they had basically players from Major League Baseball being, I guess, the ambassadors of baseball for Dairy Queen. Bryce Harper was one. Broken thumb out since June. Tim Anderson, another broken finger, out 6 weeks. Cody Bellinger is hitting .210 with a .668 OPS, and Fernando Tatis was the last of those 4.
First of all, Bellinger should never be on this list. He is essentially Joey Gallo, and now they have another Joey Gallo. But I will be worried about the Dairy Queen curse when those blizzards start falling out of the cups when they turn them over.
Dairy Queen sounds pretty good, though. I don't think they're going to have any issues selling ice cream.
No.
Just saying.
No, I can go for
but maybe
Blizzard.
If you're a baseball player, you might think twice before, signing those deals.
Don't want to rep.
I wonder if they do get free ice cream, though. They've got to have, a lifetime pass to Dairy Queen, right?
I would assume they get something.
Especially with this curse. You got to, hook them up with some Frosties. No, that's Wendy's. Sorry. Clearly don't know my ice cream.
Come on. Blizzards.
In other Major League Baseball news, another perfect game bid blown up in the 9th. Drew Rasmussen for the Rays came within 3 outs. Oh, 9th inning comes, first pitch. Jorge Mateo double down the left field line.
Ex-Padre, Jorge Mateo.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So that was another disappointing, thing for baseball fans to have to deal with. You know what? Because I do want to see a perfect game. It's been 10 years.
I know. They're great.
Decade.
It's awesome.
And now we think that there's a jinx in terms of
there is.
The media will send you alerts, tweets, everything.
I had like 5 different notifications about this going on.
Perfect
starting game. Like the 7th inning.
Right.
It's amazing they made it to the 9th.
It's pretty crazy. And then lastly, I'm looking forward to this storyline that will be unfolding tonight. Spencer Strider will be facing the Mets for the first time since he made those comments about how he thought essentially the Mets were getting lucky at the dish. What do you think about that?
I think that Strider's really good and the Mets are getting lucky.
You do? You do?
I don't think the Mets offense is as good as they've been.
Okay. You're team
should he have said it? No. Absolutely not. But with a mustache like that, he's got to have some confidence.
How can you argue with that mustache?
Yeah. What do you think of the stash?
I'm not a fan of stashes in general, but although the only guy, that could ever pull off a mustache was Don Mattingly. Back in the day, he had a great one.
That's just because it's a childhood thing for you.
Yeah, so Donnie Baseball's got it. Everyone else is just copycats.
Oh, boy.
All right, we've got 10 games on the slate for today in daily fantasy baseball, so let's get right to it. We've moved on from our, therapy talk for Tyler to get out his emotions about Tatis.
I haven't fully moved on yet.
Well, after the show, maybe we can go to Dairy Queen.
I'm still upset about it,
to
but
make you feel better.
Screw Tatis. Let's go Padres.
All right, so let's get to today's slate of games and a few weather notes for you in daily fantasy. We've got showers at Nationals Park, where the Nationals are hosting the Cubs. The other game you want to take note of is some showers at Truist Park, where the Braves are hosting the Mets. So keep an eye that a delay is possible in both of those scenarios. However, if the rain does hold off, some hitter-friendly conditions in Atlanta, where it will be 87 degrees with 8-mile-an-hour winds out to left. Then at Guaranteed Rate Field, they have winds blowing out to right at 11 miles an hour as the White Sox host the Astros. So some nice conditions there for hitters. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, be sure to hit like, subscribe, and comment below. Keep up with all of our latest content coming out of our LineStar YouTube channel. Now let's get to today's pitchers for today. We're going to tell you where the field is headed and where we think you can find some value in terms of your daily fantasy lineup for today. We'll start off with the highest owned in daily fantasy, and that's going to be Yankees' Garrett Cole going up against the Rays. 40% owned on DraftKings, 33% owned on FanDuel. As much as it pains me, Cole's been inconsistent.
He is. I mean, that's who he is.
For me to see him so highly owned, what do you think people are looking for in this matchup?
I will start out by saying there are a lot of good pitchers on this slate. So do not think that you need to go to one of these high-owned guys. There are ways to kind of pivot off. But he is in a decent matchup. 3.5 alert star rating, 29.5% combined K rate. So there is some solid upside with his with using him. Tampa Bay strikes out a lot. However, the Rays have done well versus Cole. 122 plate attempts. They're hitting 312 with 4 home runs. With that being said, though, Cole has had their number this year. So I don't mind it. He has high upside. He's a good pitcher. I would not be locking him in, though.
Yeah, I mean, last game, 7 shutout innings against the Mariners, but the prior 2 games, he gave up 6 to Seattle, and then the game before that, 5 earned runs to the Royals. So by no means is this a lock for...
Yeah, it's definitely not a lock. And there's other guys with similar or more upside. So
all right, let's talk about another one of those guys. Angels righty Shohei Ohtani. He's facing the Mariners today. 34% owned on DraftKings, 29% on FanDuel. He's our highest projected pitcher for today on LineStar. He's got a sub-3 ERA, 2.14 opponent average, and hasn't posted double-digit strikeout totals the past 2 games. What is wrong with Ohtani?
Nothing's wrong with him. He is totally fine. He's incredible.
Do we need to hit the panic button? Because he hasn't had 10 strikeouts in 3
has
games.
A 2.5 FIP and a 35% K rate. He is just fine. 29% combined K rate, similar to Cole, but we got less ownership here. And we have a 4-star alert rating for Ohtani. We have great StatCast number. There's really not anything to not like about Ohtani. The Mariners are a decent offense, and Haniger is there back, which has been a great addition to the team. He is on an 8-game hitting streak, so I do like it.
Speaking of the Mariners, it's going to be the righty Luis Castillo going up against the Angels, 26% owned on DraftKings, 20% owned on FanDuel. Castillo's been solid since that trade to Seattle. 2.71 ERA on the season, 196 opponent average. Castillo's just been awesome. And then going up against the Angels, who without Shohei can't hit their way out of a paper bag.
Yeah, out of the high-owned guys, Castillo is probably my favorite. He happens to be the lower-owned of the 3 high-owned guys too, but 3.5-star alert rating. He's the highest value option on LineStar, second highest projection. He's been absolutely amazing as a Mariner, like you said, 26% combined K rate, and we have that Angels offense that keeps just being a punching bag for pitchers.
And I believe this game is in Seattle tonight. No, it's at Angels. Never mind.
Yeah, it's in.
But regardless, he's been dealing. I was gonna say he would have had that nice Seattle.
Yeah, he's been
venue, but it doesn't matter where he pitches. He just dominates.
Oh, he's been amazing with the Mariners, and I think that's probably going to keep going.
All right, so those are our high-owned pitchers for today. Let's take a look at some low-owned pitcher plays on Daily Fantasy. We'll start off with Spencer Strider going up against the Mets, 24% owned on DraftKings, 7% owned on FanDuel. He's got a 3.11 ERA, 185 opponent average. Now, last game against the Mets, he got shelled. 4 earned runs on 6 hits and 2 2/3. He said, those were lucky hits. Hey, we'll see what you guys do down the line. Well, Mets get another crack at him today.
They sure do. And he has legit ace-type numbers. 1.88 FIP and 39% K rate over his starts this year. And DraftKings pricing is just broken. Like, he should be a high 9K, 10K pitcher, and he's 8.7 on DraftKings. Like, that just should not be a thing. He is underpriced. 26% combined K rate. Mets have been a good offense this year, and they have done well against Strider. But with Strider's upside, if he continues to be kind of a lower-owned pitcher tonight, I will be all over it.
Yeah, Tyler's all over the mustache,
Stash Strider.
Is that a mustache bump in his
mustache
projection?
bump.
Does he get that?
Yep, mustache bump.
Well, how about Alex Cobb? He's going
Speaking of the bump, Mole did good on Friday, so he got the Tyler bump.
All right, the Tyler bump is
it's
a thing.
It's a deal. It's a deal.
Alex Cobb's going up against the D-backs today. Another low-owned guy, 10% owned on DraftKings, 5% owned on FanDuel. And he's got a 4.15 ERA, 2.53 opponent average. What do you like about his play for today?
We have a 4.5 alert star rating on him. So the LineStar alerts are liking him. We got 3.2 FIP over his last 20 starts. His ERA over that is 4.5, but it shows that he's probably been pitching a lot better than, his ERA is showing. Arizona, meanwhile, not the best offense. Sub 300 WOBA, 23% combined K rate, and they're just really nice upside here for the price.
All right. So some good options there in pitching. Just a reminder that all of the ownership that we talk about is available on the LineStar app. Link is below to that. Now let's get to our stacks of the day and where we're headed, or where the field is headed first. High-owned stacks. A lot of people going with the Twins going up against Royals' Chris Bubich, who has a 5.02 ERA, 2.71 opponent average. Now, he's been a bit better lately. Do you like this play, or would you fade it?
I don't love it.
Yeah.
So Bubich has a 4.7 FIP over the last 20 starts. In the last 37 plate attempts, they're hitting 406 against him, so Minnesota's done well against him. But the last 5 starts, Bubich 3.7 FIP, 2.27 ERA. The StatCast data is really good. And those teams he's faced have been the Blue Jays, the Yankees, the Red Sox, the White Sox, and the Tampa Bay Rays. So he's faced good offenses while doing well. So I don't love going to a higher-owned Minnesota team when the pitcher has shown that he's been good recently.
Yeah, and especially with the ownership levels as high as they are, it's not worth.
And that's the thing is, like, I would rather stay away from the hot pitcher and go somewhere else.
All right. How about the Blue Jays going up against the Orioles? Kyle Bradish is on the hill for them. He's got a 6.42 ERA, a pretty meaty ERA there. 3.14 opponent average. Not only is he giving up a pretty high average, but he also doesn't go too deep into games. Not really past 5 innings. So you're also dealing with that as well.
Yeah, and I mean, Kyle Bradish was a good reason for it to be high owned.
Yeah.
He's allowing almost 32% hard contact. Toronto's hitting 344 off him in 35 plate attempts. So Toronto has shown that they have hit him well. And we have a 4.8 implied total, which is one of the higher on the slate. So a lot to like with Toronto.
So let's get to some low-owned stacks. Find a little leverage today. First, going to talk about the Cubs going up against Nationals righty Josiah Gray. He's got a 4.81 ERA, 2.35 opponent average. What do you like about Cubs bats today?
There's a lot to like. Josiah Gray at home has a 6.75 ERA.
Okay.
He has been good on the road and terrible at home. He's giving up a 2.70 average, 3.05 BABIP. Gives up 2.3 home runs per 9.
Yep.
Now, those home runs have been about the same at home and away. So it's not like an extra bump because he's just been bad at home. But he's allowing 51% fly balls, decent amount of barrel balls. You got to like the Cubs' chances of putting up some runs today.
How about the Blue Jays' chances of putting up some runs? Actually, Orioles against the Blue Jays. How about that? The Orioles are going to be facing Blue Jays lefty Yusei Kikuchi going up against, his ERA is 5.13, 2.44 opponent average, and he gives up a lot of bombs. His
ERA is lower than his FIP. His FIP is 6.
Okay.
Walking a ton of batters, gives up a lot of hard contact, a lot of home runs. And versus Baltimore this season, he has an ERA of 9. He has 9 innings pitched with 9 earned runs given up.
Yep. Orioles got some good hitters.
Yeah, and he has 5 home runs over those 9 innings that he's given up. So you got to like Baltimore.
And I do for my home run call. Stick around.
Oh, boy.
So all of that information for your daily fantasy is available at LineStar, LineStarApp.com. Check it out. Lock in your subscription right now at $19.99 per month. Get yourself squared away before football season starts, and that price goes up to $29.99 per month. LineStarApp.com. Link is below. Check it out. Now let's get to our sleeper plays of the day. Taking a look at our DraftKings sleeper of the day on the LineStar app, sorting by value. It's going to be Braves second baseman Vaughn Grissom at $2,000 today going up against the Mets. It's going to be Carlos Carrasco on the hill for them. If we take a look at his player card and open it up, he's had a stellar debut, another case of a big-time prospect coming up and not being quite as highly priced. And so you can get him at a great deal, $2,000. He went 2 for 4 with a 2-run homer a couple days ago when he made his debut. And we've got favorable conditions, 4 out of 5 alert score on LineStar. So some good stats there, as you can see. New York Mets bullpen 24th against righty bats, giving up 2.18 fantasy points per plate appearance in a top 5 hitter versus righty pitchers. He's had 3.17 fantasy points per plate attempt against them. Pretty good.
He has been crushing it, and we got nice hitter weather here, and he has shown that he's not intimidated by MLB pitching.
Not at all. 389 average in 20 plate appearances for him. So making quite a case for himself while some of their players are dealing with some injuries. So who knows? Maybe have some tough decisions ahead.
Absolutely.
If he continues to shine. $2,000 for your daily fantasy on DraftKings. Taking a look now at FanDuel. And our sleeper play of the day, Joey Meneses of the Washington Nationals. He is $2,000 on FanDuel. He's going up against Marcus Stroman. Meneses had a home run, 2 for 4 with a solo home run in Saturday's 4-3 win over San Diego. He came up big. So we can see, taking a look at this graph right here, and what this illustrates is the blue is going to be his fantasy points. The purple is the projection for that day. So you can see he's exceeded it by quite a lot. 22 points, 28 points, 25 points. He had 12 and then 22. So he's been a star for daily fantasy.
He's been solid
in the
lately,
last week or so.
Sure.
And a 412 average, batting second. He's got a 2.5 star alert, so not as good, but he's been on fire. So we're just going to ride the hot bat here for only $2,000. Not a bad play there. As you can see, a lot of the LineStar community liking him already for today. So some good plays there for daily fantasy, those sleeper plays, and more available on the LineStar app, linestarapp.com. Now it's time for our home run calls of the day. Who's going yard today, Tyler?
I am going with the guy that doesn't let me down, Yordan Alvarez. Versus a righty. Yordan is hitting .314 with a .673 slugging, and he has 22 of his 31 home runs off righties. As if Yordan needs any help, we also have wind blowing out to right field. He's going to hit a bomb tonight.
I feel like every time you pick him, he always delivers for you.
Pretty much. I think he has not delivered once.
He's just been awesome.
So,
all right, for my home run call for the day, I'm going with Orioles right fielder Anthony Santander. Quite simply, he's been on an absolute tear, and this is a switch hitter who does better as a righty bat against lefty pitchers. Today, going up against Toronto Blue Jays lefty Yusei Kikuchi, who has the eighth highest home run per 9 rate in all of baseball among pitchers, minimum 40 innings pitched. So plus, you've got Santander, who's OPS is over 900 the last month. He's just been absolutely on fire. So we're riding the hot bat in this one as well. So the logic here, very simple. Simpler than the Sudoku puzzles that, yes, Santander dominates in the clubhouse. It is a well-known thing among Orioles that he just dominates it. But the logic here, much simpler. He hits baseballs hard. Yusei Kikuchi gives up hard-hit baseballs.
I like
Simple
that
as that. You like that?
That's a good logic.
Easy math. Now it's time for our prop bets of the day, and you can play along with our prop bets contest. All you need to do is like, subscribe, and comment below, and one lucky commenter could win $60 if both Tyler and I hit our props. Our props are also available on the Underdog Sports app. Be sure to download the Underdog Sports app. New users who deposit at least $10 can get up to $100 of their deposit matched. Use promo code LineStar with that. Link is below. Also, you will get 3 free months of LineStar. So check that out. Link is below. Now let's get into it. Prop bets of the day. Tyler, where are you going with your prop for today on Underdog Sports?
My prop is kind of picking on one of your favorite players. We are going Mitch Haniger over 0.5 hits.
Okay.
He is facing Shohei Ohtani, but he is way too good of a hitter for a line of 0.5. Haniger is on an 8-game hitting streak. He's hitting .420 over the last week and .400 over the last 2 weeks. I think he gets a hit tonight.
All right, that's it. Just a hit.
Just a hit. That's all I need.
That's what I need tonight, too. But this time I'm going with Dodgers Max Muncy over 0.5 hits. That's at -145 in the sports books. This is a lefty bat. He's much better against righties, and today he's going up against Milwaukee Brewers Freddie Peralta, who's, let's be honest, he is great against lefty bats. However, this is just his 3rd game back from the injured list, so we might not see him fully stretched out. And when you look at that bullpen, it's much depleted from that trade of Josh Hader to the Padres, so that's a much depleted bullpen that you're looking at there. Muncy has just been on fire. Okay, yeah, I know he's batting 188 on the season, but in August it's over 400. He's gotten a hit in 8 of the last 10. Let's go Muncy.
Let's do it. I like the Haniger-Muncy combo. Rooting
for a Dodger today.
That hurts. That always hurts.
I know. Sorry about that. So those are our plays for today. Remember, for our prop bets, all you need to do, like, subscribe, comment below for your chance to enter in that contest. If we both hit it, that means one lucky commenter will win up to $60. And you can always tailor bets on the Underdog app. The link is below to that. Wow, we had a lot of ground to cover today.
Yes.
I'm glad you were able to
did.
get your feelings off your chest with that Fernando Tatis.
I mean, I could just keep going, too.
I know you can.
I am not happy with him.
Well, it is National Relaxation Day, so maybe you've earned yourself a spa day.
Kick my legs up, relax a little bit. I like it.
Take a load off.
All
right, that's going to do it for today's show. Good luck in all your daily fantasy and your prop bets. We will see you tomorrow.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.